Hey guys, this is Matt for Creative. Today we're going to do a really easy install with the Flex Basket. This is from Twowheelstudio'S. They provided this here for us. They do have different baskets per different bike type. This is an S2, so this one is form-fitted for the S2. It does go for $240 on their website. You can check the link in the description below, but basically all you have here is just 4 mounting points. This one is always going to be kind of wide because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 mounting points, although 2 of them are taken up by the mud cover. So we're going to be using this one and this one. And then we have another 2 mounting points here and here. But let's just take a look at the basket first. So what I really liked about this one is the flexibility of these. So in some of these baskets, they can be rigid. And sometimes you're like, I want to put a bigger backpack in there, and it will just kind of like bow out instead of being like just stuck with the space that you're given. And if you're riding just normally, it is a pretty thin basket if you're seeing here. Another thing is, if you're not putting something in a bag, if it's something a little bit more delicate, there are padding here, here, and all around. So again, this is how it's going to look in just a minute or so, but we're going to do the mounting points one at a time. And if you're curious, it does come with the screws and the washers here, and the tool that you'll need is a 3mm tool for this. And by the way, if I start sweating immediately, that's just because it's 96 degrees and like the second hottest day of the entire year, so it's rough. All right, so we're gonna do one at a time. I was not kidding when I said I came from inside and I've started sweating already. So we're gonna do like a loose screw in here. Basically, we're gonna do a loose screw in on every one of these pieces until we get all 4 in, and then we begin tightening. Okay. Don't want this to fly away, so I'll put this in my pocket. Now it seems for this tighter angle here, it may be better just to have a dedicated tool because it seems to be just a little bit hard to get that screw straight down. It's a little bit of an issue here. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
If you kind of move the screw thing, it should be fine, but in this case, yeah, it just took a moment because you don't want this to strip the material inside here, but it did work out. Oh, and that was just my neighbor. Again, I'm working in the courtyard. It is hot as anything. It's brutal. I know, I just got out here and I'm already starting to sweat. All right, so we have the first of the 2 mounting points kind of right up here, you can see. And we'll do a loose tightening. And literally, this is gonna be the last one. If it wasn't for me talking about this and explaining the basket, this would probably take a couple of minutes. All right, so we have this. So since we're here at this point, this will be the first point that I begin tightening. So a little bit more tight, a little bit more tight. Sorry if I had my arm in the way. But I mean, this is going to be one of the simplest installs that you could possibly ever do. And again, so the way that this fit better on this side here is that I was hitting against the flex material. On the other side, there's a little bit of a lip. So if you have something that would fit through these, it won't fit through this if it's kind of flush to the bottom. So I'm gonna try and do this one first, since this is probably gonna be just the most difficult one to go through. But actually no, once it's in there, it's kind of just, it's in there. Tighten this one. And again, if you're curious, this is the Flex Basket from Two Wheel Studios. I can't bet. Now, the one thing that I would have to say about this is that I've used another basket, but that one had a little bit of like a rubber gasket kind of dampener that sat underneath. If I were to make any kind of recommendation, I would include having either your own or the company ship just a little bit of a rubber dampener just to kind of give, because, you know, these come with shocks. If we're in the city, and I mean, that's kind of like the most that I'll do, I'm going through potholes. That means it's going to shake the frame. If there's no dampeners, it may cause things to kind of get loose. So the one thing you have to remember, because this has happened even with the ones with the dampeners, every once in a while just check all the points here, make sure that they're nice and tight. This one seems to be the most difficult one. And I want to make sure, again, that I'm not stripping this here. Yeah, I don't know if this one liked this. But I mean, regardless of my small mistake here, this was pretty easy to put on. And again, what I'm using is a bike multi-tool, just so it has pieces that work on multiple sizes. Again, this is a 3mm that we're using here. But again, if you're at home with your dedicated tools, it would go a little bit smoother. If you have something, you know, electrical, of course, that's going to be smoother as well. But hey, that's pretty much it. That's tight. That's everything. Let's literally look at this. So that was literally the install, and I want to take a close look here. So that's the top mounting point for the mudguard. That's the other one. So instead we use this one and this one, and it's good that we have that flexibility. And then at the bottom, if you want to see what I was talking about, so sometimes if you have a wider tool, it'll hit against the side here, where on this one we didn't have that issue because it was just kind of against the flex gate. But literally, that's it. Let's take a look at the bike, because I'm pretty happy with this. And what I like is, basically, it depends on the cords that you have on your bike here, but it's kind of like it's see-through. I liked this blue color because it gives it some style, but you can choose, I believe, blue, black, tan, and there may be another color there too, but I think this one just works. It adds a little bit of color, but still, you can see through that bike. It's not physically taking up that space, and I love this. So guys, if you have any other questions, again, this one goes for $240 on Twowheel Studio's website. This is the Flex, and it is specific. Oh, my little paper blew away. It is specific to the bike. This is an S2. They have one for the Z models, and they have one for the RX models. Guys, any questions, comments, put in the comment section below. Don't forget, I'm on Instagram at M8B9. You can email me at creativenyc2025@gmail.com. Thank you guys again. Stay cool, and I'll see you next time.